Greetings everyone, Ben here from The Virtual Economist, and welcome to a little bit of a different video. Now, as some of you guys have or have not noticed, besides the video I uploaded a few days ago, I haven't actually produced any videos in the last 2 months. So I bet a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, why haven't you uploaded? Well, to be honest, I have really just been busy with real life. Now, I know it's a lame answer, but I do in fact have a life beyond selling virtual hats on the internet. While I'm not going to delve into all of the details about what happened when I was gone, a few highlights include number 1, almost chopping off the tip of my pinky finger, number 2, getting sick, and number 3, studying for AP tests. However, on top of all of that, there was one thing that I was doing that was probably much more important to not just me, but the future of the channel. That was, I was deciding where I was going to go to college next year. Yep, you heard me right, I am in fact planning on going to a 4-year university next fall. Now, before you guys jump to some crazy conclusions about the death of my channel, let me explain just a little bit better. As some of you guys may or may not know, I'm actually a senior in high school right now, meaning that I'm going to graduate in a matter of weeks. Now, for quite some time now, I've planned on going to college after high school, and even though I have had some success with my YouTube channel, I never really thought that I would try and do YouTube as more than just a hobby or a part-time job. You know, as a virtual economist, I believe you have to look at the opportunity costs or what you give up in the process of making a decision. In that sense, I'm a pretty practical person, and doing YouTube as a career or a primary source of income has never made much sense to me, since I would give up the opportunity to continue my education right out of high school. Sure, college is stupid expensive here in the US, but getting a college degree will hopefully allow me to not only get a job that will be a lot more financially stable, but will also be around in the years or decades to come. Now, I bet you're thinking, wow, Ben, you must think Joe is a complete idiot for dropping out of college, right? Well, not necessarily. I mean, yes, maybe it wasn't the best decision he could have made, but in the grand scheme of things, I honestly don't think it is as life-changing as some people make it out to be. Furthermore, I do think it is important to keep in mind here that the English education system is actually much different than here in America. Joe never actually dropped out of what we know here as college, instead choosing to drop out of his second year of A-levels, which is basically the equivalent of the senior year. While personally, I would have just finished out the year, I totally understand the viewpoint that if you were never planning on attending university, there is little incentive to continue with the schoolwork. One thing I would caution Joe and anyone else looking to make a similar decision, however, is that high school credentials don't actually get you that far in the job market. Yes, just like Joe said, if YouTube fails, you can always just go ahead and get a job at your local supermarket, but as a career, that is much less financially secure. Thank you, Ben from The Virtual Counselor. Now let us return to our regularly scheduled programming. Anyway, before I move on to explaining what this means for the channel, I bet a lot of you guys are inevitably going to comment below, well, what college are you going to? Well, I guess I might as well make it official. I'm going to be going to the Valve Academy for gifted individuals who want to make their games slightly less crappy so that they don't get a mediocre to subpar update every 4 to 6 months that is broken on the first week and removes key features of the game, while also making approximately 6 hats go all class and tripling the unusual unbox rate on overhyped virtual sombreros that actually look stupidly ugly. Anyway, nah, but legit guys, I did actually commit to a school, and that school is Cal Poly, all the way down in San Luis Obispo, California. Again, as probably not very many of you guys know, I live right around here in Washington, so it is a 15-hour drive from here. The school has a pretty low acceptance rate, and I'm honestly surprised I got in, especially as a computer science applicant. Wait, computer science? I bet a lot of you guys are thinking, well, why not economics? Well, to be honest, I find econ pretty fascinating too, but again, I am a very practical person, and CS as a degree has such a rightward shifted demand curve that I really couldn't pass it up. Even though I'm not planning on studying economics, one thing I think is really cool about CS is that you can apply it to pretty much any interest that you have, and I'm sure that I could find ways to integrate the two within maybe the stock market or an assortment of virtual economies. Who knows, I could even become the next Geel and open up the brand new hit website, rec.tf. Anyway, you guys have been waiting for it, so let's get right on into the meat of the video. So, how will this affect my channel? Well, to put any doubts aside, I won't be abandoning my channel in any regard. However, once I get to college in September, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, I don't think that I can guarantee anything in the way of consistent uploads. Since I've hardly been able to keep up with an upload schedule while in high school, I kinda doubt it would be any better once the workload increases next fall. Now, that's not to say I would never upload. People always say that STEM majors never have any free time, but I don't necessarily think that that's true. Considering that you are in class for far less time than in high school, I am sure that I will have some time here and there that I can devote to videos. The way I see it, however, any time that I spend working on videos in college is basically a detriment to any social life that I would like to have, so that is something to consider. Hopefully when break comes, I should be able to pump out a bunch more videos for you guys, but again, I really don't want to promise anything in the form of consistency. So that is pretty much the bad news. Now, as you have probably guessed, there is some good news, so here it is. Since I'm going to be starting college in September, I still have 3.5 months of time where I have a ton of time to make new videos. At this point, high school is getting pretty lax, with about half the class getting a mild to severe case of senioritis, so it looks like I should have at least 3 hours every afternoon that I can work on nice new content. The summer also looks pretty free, so I'll have a lot more time then as well. Let me just say that you guys should not be worried at all about anything that is going to come out. I think I said this before, but unlike a lot of other YouTubers, I seem to have an insanely freaking long list of videos that I want to make, including a lot of videos that I said I was going to produce for quite some time now. To be honest, I might be even a little bit too ambitious with the magnitude and quality of videos that I want to make, but I figure that is much better than being dead out of ideas. First up on that list of priorities is finishing my unusual trading guide, which I know I did say I would do in my last update video. The reason I put them on the back burner was so that I could produce my lengthy key and refine videos, but now that those are out, I plan on focusing most of my effort into finishing up this much anticipated series. Right now, I plan on making a guide on how to negotiate, as well as releasing the already planned parts 6, 7, and 8. I also want to try to make some videos about the Pyro update before and after it hits, work on new collabs, and try new and unique things in upcoming videos. I am incredibly excited to start realizing some of these ideas in the coming months, so I hope that you guys will enjoy them just as much as I think you will. Now, of course, just like my past videos, I am in fact going to focus on quality over sheer quantity, so just don't expect me to be pumping out a video every other day. Anyway, before I end the video, I just wanted to go over a couple more things. Number 1, I have a Twitter. In the past month, I've created a Twitter account and I've actually been pretty active posting a lot of stuff related to trading, including updates, screenshots, and just general trading advice. If you want to get more virtual content, especially when I'm not uploading videos, be sure to leave me a follow. Number 2, after seeing YouTubers like Spiky Mikey stream so much recently, I've been thinking that I could start doing some streaming as well. Since I really wouldn't want to go through the trouble of herding you guys all the way over to Twitch, I would probably do that right just here on YouTube, and I would probably just stream TF2 games and just give trading advice. I'm not sure how many people would actually want that, so if you are interested in something like that, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Number 3, Patreon. Now, I'm probably the 1,000,000th person to suggest this, but if I made a Patreon, would any of you guys actually give to it? I haven't actually made one yet, but it has been something that I have considered in the past. The thing is, it typically takes me over 10 hours of work to produce each video, and we all know that the YouTube algorithm simply doesn't reward this. The algorithm would rather have frequent low quality videos, making my ad revenue quite tiny compared to the amount of time I spend working on videos. As I talked about before, the opportunity cost of doing YouTube is actually pretty freaking high. That is, I give up the opportunity of working pretty much anywhere else and earning at least 5 times as much. Now, I don't necessarily need the money to continue doing YouTube, but it would be a nice incentive to continue making awesome new videos for you guys, and I could even use it to upgrade my equipment in the future. Anyway, that is pretty much the video. I actually debated whether or not I should make this video, but I ultimately decided to just go for it simply because I wanted you guys to be on the same page as I was about where this channel is going in the future. Also, it was actually pretty good timing with me being gone for 2 months, and I figure making this video now will save me from making it again in late August. Before I go, if you have any suggestions for future videos or content that you would like to see in the next few months, be sure to leave them in the comments section below. While I do have a ton of ideas in my head, it's always nice to see exactly what you guys want so that I don't spend a lot of my time making a video that none of you guys really do care about. Congrats if you made it this far in the video, and until next time guys, thanks for watching.